Buenas tardes, bienvenido a su programa Entre Todos, domingo mediodía después de la misa y los martes 2 de la tarde en este su canal comunitario 44 solo digital. Today I come to Doncaster and spoke with the candidate Labour Party candidate Naomi Oakley, quien los va a contar algo acerca de ella. She will say something about you, Naomi. Telling to the audience who is Naomi Oakley.
So Naomi Oakley is the mother of three, a sole parent, and I grew up in a Catholic family, went to a Catholic secondary school. I'm not practicing, I do go occasionally. Also lived on a farm for a while where I assisted my father with running beef cattle there, and then we moved over to the Vines, and it was there that I formed a really a great bond with the land and the animals. Naomi Oakley has lived experience of family violence. Naomi Oakley is someone that has always wanted to help people and make a difference, and this is why family violence is very close to my heart, but also many community issues. As a sole parent, I've lived through some challenges, and I've seen people at their very worst and very best, but I think I can make a difference, and the people of Menzies have told me that they want change. They want a genuine person to represent them, someone that has lived experience within the community, that has worked within the community, that understands the issues that the community are feeling, and I'm that person. And also there is a real need and want for a professional, strong female, and I think I am that person. And I think I would be a great representation to the people of Menzies, and I look forward to, be voted in as number one.
That's good. That is maybe answer the question why you want to be participate at the federal level in politics. But when did you find out that it come to you the idea to participate in politics?
I guess over the last few years I've been frustrated, like many, at the lack of leadership from the federal Liberal government, and I also have observed some of our career politicians and have really been pretty surprised and shocked that they are so removed from some of the real issues. And I think that as a community representative, I work in this space. I work with people all the time, and I'm also involved in community sports, and I understand what the issues are, and people want a real person representing them. They don't want, gone are the days where that, they wanted that career politician representing them. They want a real person that has that lived experience.
That this area of Menzies in the east of Melbourne, it's always very hard for the Labour to get it's a big margin against you. How you are going to cope to close that gap and maybe be elected as a number one from Menzies?
Yeah, so it's about a 6 to 7% swing that we need. I was lucky enough to get number one on the ballot, so that's taken away about 1.5%. No, we don't have the money to spend on flashy ads, but really you can't judge a book by its cover. I'm all about grassroots, which is why I'm on my phone ringing people and listening to what they say. And I from the information I get from people is that they want that community-minded person to represent them, that person that has that lived experience of issues, and I am that person. And that's how you close the gap. You talk to people on the phone, and you just again, look, I'd love to get out there and door knock, but like I said, COVID has really changed the landscape, and I'm sensitive to that. But ringing people, I can tell you now that the people that I've rung have been absolutely blown away by the fact that I've rung them and connected. And what I actually do detest is probably, most importantly, the discussion around war that Peter Dutton and the Prime Minister have talked about, and that doesn't really help anyone. There is a lack of diplomacy at the federal level, and no one wants war. And I think, diplomacy needs to be addressed, and that sort of discussion is not helpful.
And be the only woman on the list, do you think they give you advantage to the other? And what do you think about that?
Yes, I do. As a woman in politics, it definitely does, and that's the edge I'm hoping I need. And discussing with so many people in Menzies, they support that. And I hope that all the stars align, good karma, and I hope that I can get in as number one and represent Menzies community.
And what else you could say to the people who are undecided, who are not taking at the moment, seeing all this discussion in TV and on radio about one or others? What you could say to the undecided?
What I say to the undecided is look at the last decade and make your decision. I think that we don't really have a leader. He's seen Mr Morrison goes missing every time there's a disaster. We need a leader that can have a plan and that can deliver. And I think Mr Anthony Albanese is the right person, so vote the Australian Labor Party.
So what else could you add up to the viewer to get an idea to vote Labor?
So what I say to the community is vote for the woman that has the experience of community issues, that have lived experience of community issues, that has a strong voice, that tells it straight, and holds transparency very close to my heart.
And one particular direction, the message to the people who live in this area, the Menzies area, the Doncaster, what you could say to them, to the people who live around you and the people who you, on this last couple of months, talked to them?
Yeah, so the common issues that have been discussed, that has been relayed to me with the 3,500 people I've spoken to on the phone, has been top of mind, cost of living, transparency, mental health issues, which include family violence, health and aged care, and the environment. They're the top 5 issues. And if you want to have a future for your children and grandchildren, vote Labor. We have a plan.
Thank you very much, Naomi Oakley, number 1 in Menzies, and I hope you get the post to go to Federal Parliament.
Thank you very much for having me.
El grupo de habla hispana de Radio 3 Freeeeeezing celebra su aniversario número 32. El sábado 6 de agosto en el Club Italia de Sunshine ameniza la banda Banana 6. Reserva tu mesa que incluye 3 platos de comida, bebidas, cerveza y vinos. Para más información y reservaciones llama al 0468-554-546 o también puedes llamar a la radio y hablar con un locutor llamando al 94 15 19 23. Radio 3 Freeeeeezing Spanish celebra 32 años al servicio de la comunidad.